Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new, my name's Michelle and we are watching Succession season 4 episode 3 today. So we left off with Roman sadly going back to Logan's side, and it was just so tragic seeing that. He really is the dog that gets kicked. He's like constantly craving the love of his abuser, his emotional abuser, his physical abuser. We've seen him hit him, and Kendall says like he hits you all the time, and he's like, it's not like I don't deserve it. It's just, oh my god, hearing him say that, it's like, no. And then I think we also heard about another story where he ordered the lobster. I believe it was the episode Shiv, he told like he asked Shiv, do you want to be CEO? I think that was the episode they mentioned that he got hit for ordering a lobster or something like that, and he's like, I deserved it. Just hearing those little things about the violence that's been put upon Roman and him always saying he deserves it. And then you hear about, I mean, you think of that scene with Jerry when she, the things that he, the degradation that he gets turned on by that. It's just, there are no words for how disturbing it, not disturbing, but how heartbreaking and tragic it all is. It's like Logan has just, I mean, Logan I think has messed up all of the kids, but in my opinion, I think Roman has been the one who's been touched. Not to say they haven't all been touched equally by their father's abuse and their mother's abuse, but I feel like Roman to me feels like the one who's the most hopeless. Like, okay, yes, Kendall has his addiction, but I don't know, the ending of the last episode really felt like the most bleak scene out of all of them. You would think Kendall has had some really bleak scenes, but I don't know why. Roman, that scene with Roman at the end felt like the most, it's just heartbreaking. And speaking of heartbreaking, Connor. Hearing Connor, I mean, a lot of the time you just kind of write Connor off as the joke, the shtick, the clown, but I think last episode you really got a heartbeat, a pulse on why he comes off that way when he's like, I don't need love. How he refers to himself sort of like a self-sustaining creature in the world who can live without it, who can sustain without it. Like, he's criticizing his siblings because you're all like little needy ticks for love, and here I am not needing it and still able to function and exist and not exalt myself for my father's approval and abuse, but not recognizing. I feel like in some ways it is a recognition, and at the same time it's not, that he has been touched by his father's abuse too. It's just, you see it come out in these little moments with Connor, like in the season 3 finale when Kendall says he's the eldest child, and Connor's like, rightfully so, like, hello, you don't even include me. And it's like, that's your brother. And I feel like Connor's been probably the sibling. Connor and Roman, to me at least, have been the two siblings who have always seemingly been genuine in their care for one another. Yes, I think Roman, unlike Connor, will take some really harsh, cruel digs, but for the most part, I feel like Connor and Roman are the two who have a good sense on when to stop and refocus the conversation when they notice their sibling isn't doing well. Roman less so, Connor more so. I feel like we've also learned that Connor really helped shape some of the more positive memories in his siblings' lives, which is why it hurts to hear that they don't even, I mean, at least Kendall doesn't even include him in the eldest child thing. Like, or maybe they don't view him as the eldest sibling because he did come off as a paternal figure to them when they were younger. Maybe that's why. I want to hope that's why. Maybe that's it, or they just don't exclude him because of his mother. They don't share the same mother. And speaking of his mother, I want to know more about Connor's mother. He is getting married, so maybe we'll get more of that. A little, because they dropped that, like Logan had his mother locked up, and that's just another knock on how cruel and and evil this man can be. I mean, of course, evil is a kind way to put it. When I say kind, I mean simple. I do think he is a violent narcissist, and how he views the world, not just the world, but in everything, as a market, void of any emotional tether. And if he does factor in emotions, it's to predict how another person might move. It just doesn't guide him in his interactions unless there's a gain. I fully believe when he was speaking to his children, he wasn't doing it because he had wronged them and he knew they were suffering. He was doing it because he was suffering. Throughout that episode, you can feel the loss of his children. Their absence was felt, and him coming to them. Not only was it a play to get them to back down from renegotiating the Mattson merger of equals deal, but I do feel like the undertone was him wanting his children back in his yoke. And they just denied him that, and he lashed out on the street. There's a part of me that's like, I've been longing for Logan's death, but there's a part of me that doesn't want it to happen because I don't want to see the children spiral. Kendall's the one I'm always afraid of because of his addiction. Roman, I said it last reaction, I'm like, Roman, when that inevitable, like when Logan inevitably passes, what's gonna happen? There's a part of me that's like excited because I want to see what Kieran Culkin does, but there's another part of me that's like, I don't want it because I don't want to see this character suffer. But maybe his death is needed for the kids to finally move on. That's my hope. But then it's like he's been in their lives so long that it's like, is there any freedom from him when he is infected every aspect of them? I don't know. Anyways, let's just get into this reaction. So grab a drink, grab a snack, whatever it is you like to do when you watch your favorite reaction. Just get comfortable and let's get to.
Hey, Pop.
Hey, son. I really think you should come and see the Swede. Get inside this.
Khan's wedding.
Oh, it'll be okay.
Are you gonna make it at all?
You're not even gonna go to his wedding.
I'm uncomfortable with Jerry. How she's handled things.
What?
On the DOJ number, on the spin-off. I think we want to let her go.
Right.
What has Jerry done to y'all?
So will you give her the heads up?
Me?
Yeah,
Is he making Roman fire her?
Dad?
I mean, you are with me. You weren't just fucking me around.
Oh, it's like a loyalty test, right? Like, is that smart? Having the man who could be seen as sexually harassing her, which he did sexually harass her by sending those dick pics, be the one to fire her? Is that wise to use that as a loyalty test? I hope Jerry comes after them. That is awful. Aww. So cruel to have Roman be the one to do that too.
Oh, hello, Jerry. How are you doing? You look well.
Thank you.
I saw a client of mine. I'm gonna.
No worries.
Excuse me a minute.
You didn't have to go.
What?
What?
Why are you not looking at me?
I will stare at you as long as you want, if that's what you so desperately desire.
What's going on, Roman?
Just need to talk with you. That's all, and we should do it later. It'd be better if we did it later, because you can no doubt tell just from looking at me that it's not great. But, you know, Dad said it, so... It's a message.
Is this why I'm not going to Europe?
It's not
The fuck?
official. And I'm just...
Y'all really let Jerry have to figure out she's getting fired? Roman, if you don't just say it.
Why?
I guess he's just unhappy about how long it took for you to settle with the DOJ.
Bullshit.
Well, the number, I think the fine, too big.
I danced us through a fucking thunderstorm without us getting wet.
Exactly. What?
I am on, like, a human level. Like, obviously sad, but I'm sorry. Like,
I'm good. This is fine.
Oh my god. Oh, Cherry. I'd be pissed putting up with this bullshit for years.
I'm saying that we can have it as display, obviously, but I do not want it served, okay? I don't want to see the internal qualities.
How do you decide that your wedding cake ain't it on the day of the wedding? Like, what do you do? What do? You get like a wedding cake on the fly?
Can you call me back? That was it was horrible with Jerry. So I'm just, and I don't know if, and don't listen to this. I'm not totally okay with, are you kind of just being shitty with me? Because your son is getting married and you can't
Wants to cry.
bend over for you, like being cunty. So I'm just asking. So,
I hope he realizes how much his father doesn't love him. Please, please realize how much your father... No. Hug him. Hug him. He needs a hug.
But he's fixated on the cake. He says it's a loony cake? What is that?
It's a loony.
When they told Connor's mom was getting,
one of the funny
taken into mental health care, they gave him cake, Dad and whoever, just to calm him down. Dad was sugar biting.
Oh my god. Is Connor gonna have a meltdown in this episode? Throw that fucking cake over don't let him get anywhere near that cake. If he wants that cake gone, throw it away. If that cake is triggering Connor, it needs to go overboard right now.
So the idea is that Dad will pop by, be dockside, and you guys are up here. And I think
Logan
that's
ain't
just
coming.
cleanest.
Oh, okay.
We should tell him.
We should tell him.
No, come on. Really?
He likes you.
Fine.
He likes all of you. The way they're all wearing black for this damn funeral. Well, he's wearing navy. For this wedding. See, look at that. I called it a funeral.
Hey, Roman.
Yeah.
Hey, your dad is very sick. He's very, very sick.
What?
What?
It's
Okay.
Tom.
Is that why Tom was calling?
So he was short of breath, and he went into the bathroom, and
He was gone, and then someone heard something, and he was. We were concerned.
then they went in there.
They went in, they broke in?
I swear to God, if he's lying.
They're doing chest compressions.
Oh, fuck.
Has his heart stopped? Has his heart...
The one Roman say that. The way Roman said that.
He's not in good shape, Roman. He's not in good shape. They're doing chest compressions.
Well, should they be doing that?
They're getting good advice. They're good people.
You know, I said they were all wearing black just for a funeral.
Okay, I'm putting you by his ear now.
Can he hear me? Is he okay? Tom, is he okay?
No, Rome, he's not okay.
But you can speak into his ear right now.
Dad, we hate you.
Hey, Dad,
Oh my God.
I hope
What is going on?
you're going to be okay. Because you're a monster, and you're gonna win. Cause you just win, and you're a good man.
Hang in there. Yeah,
It'll be okay.
okay, we love you. I love you, Dad. I do, I love you, okay?
And it's okay.
Shiv.
Yeah, I don't.
Shiv.
Tom?
Is Siobhan there?
Yes. Let Shiv say goodbye. And Connor. Oh my God. I did not see this shit coming.
They think he's gone. Yeah,
What?
They think he's gone.
What happened? What do you mean?
Well, they think Dad died.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Oh no.
Shiv, I'm putting you by his ear.
Okay. Is he hearing? Is he still hearing?
I don't know, but I'm putting you there, okay? And you're by his ear.
Hey, Dad. Hello. You're gonna be okay. And I'm sorry. Is he dead? I don't know if he's dead. Is he fucking dead?
I don't know.
Daddy? I love you. Don't go, please. Not now. No, I love you. I don't know, I do love you.
Oh,
And it's okay.
Shiv.
It's okay, Daddy. It's okay.
Tom?
Hey, Roman.
What's happening? What?
They say his heart has stopped and his breathing has stopped. For a while, maybe.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that he's dead medically.
Still doing the
Chest compression.
Okay, and when do you land? Have you turned around? You're coming back?
Yeah, I think yes. We're coming to. We're heading back.
Oh, God. Why hasn't anyone gotten Connor? This is gonna kill him that he wasn't here. Connor. No one thought about him. And this is what he's talking about. No one includes him. His dad is dying. He's dead and no one thinks of Connor? Not even a thought?
You have his doctor on the line?
Do we have his doctor on the... No, I think we...
Make no mistake, I'm not crying for Logan. I'm crying for Shiv and Kendall and Roman.
Can I speak with the pilot? Can you put me through to the pilot?
The pilot can't speak to you right now, Ken.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
No, he can't. I'm playing.
Okay, what's happening? Frank, I need, what...
He feels helpless.
Is he gone?
I don't want to bullshit you, Ken.
Oh, Kendall.
I think he went. I think he's gone.
I know they're all going through it, but I hate the fact that Connor's not a part of this. That is your brother.
Why didn't you come and get me?
I did. Shiv, we did.
No, but I was right out there. Well, how long was it happening for before?
I'm sorry, I wasn't...
No.
We did, but I wasn't...
No
thinking.
time.
I'm sorry, I didn't... I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Connor?
This cake is fucked. Toss it over.
Forgot
We
about
need to get
Connor.
We need to tell him. Can you do it? Ken, okay. Thank you.
About time they thought of Connor. Oh.
What is it? Is he sick? What is it?
Dad's on an airplane to Sweden, but they're coming back. We think he died. They think he's dead.
Oh, man. He never even liked me.
Oh, God.
Hey, sorry. You know what? I'm sorry. I don't even know what I mean.
No.
What happened?
Oh.
What happened?
Sorry, man. I'm sorry.
He was on the plane, and he
I said.
got short of breath.
So
What was it? What is it?
well, we don't actually know. I mean, like, we don't know.
He has gone. I think he has died.
Well, okay, we don't know that. So.
Sure, I get it, but like...
Oh, this is so heartbreaking. How do you find closure or figure anything out?
No, I think it might be smart for us to start putting together a timeline.
They're still pumping on him back there, Carolina.
Well, I'm not happy about it, Carl.
No, I know.
And I think we're all being respectful. I'm being respectful,
Yes.
but this is going to be a very complicated situation.
I see what she's saying.
It's fucking nuts. That was fucking crazy, right?
Yeah.
Well, she's in shock.
So fucking weird. Jesus. Wow. You guys okay?
Yeah, we're good, thank you.
Yeah, she's in shock. Her body's just in fight or flight right now. Great actress. Great actress who played Carrie. No, that's
She's freaking out.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey,
Oh.
how are you all doing?
I briefed her.
She was fired.
He was an important man in all our lives, but
Thanks, Jer. I'm welling up.
he was a lot of things, but yeah.
You knew him for decades.
We have a bit of time to think, right? Until they land.
Are you thinking, can we hold this information until the markets close?
Jerry, we can't think straight. Can we keep it up there for an extra beat, just until we can,
What?
you know, while we
The
gather
fucking
and
plane?
Yeah, I mean, so
We need to
just-
get him
we
on the
need a
ground.
minute.
We need to
Just-
get a fucking doctor
No.
on that plane.
Do you want me to ask if they can circle?
No.
No, but
Every single thing we say and do today is going in the memoirs, going in the fucking congressional record, it's coming up at board meetings, it's going in SEC filings. We get crucified for being cold-hearted, or I don't even know. We are highly liable to misinterpretation. So what we do today will always be what we did the day our father died.
Thank you, Kendall.
My father's dead and I feel old.
it's okay.
Are you just with me for money, Willa? Basically.
I mean, there is something about money and safety here. Yeah, there is. I'm happy. I am.
You okay?
You're not gonna walk.
That response didn't make me mad. I like that she was sort of upfront, like there's a sense of security and safety in his wealth. What an episode. Really did not see this coming whatsoever. Oh. He has no one to protect now. Oh, Colin. And Tom has no protector. Oh my god.
Yeah. We'll be okay.
You're not gonna be okay.
Well, you're not gonna be okay.
You're not gonna be okay.
You're fucked.
You're fucked.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you. As you know, my father, Logan Roy, was pronounced dead on arrival at Teterboro Airport this afternoon. I'd like to thank the press for their respect at this time. But my brothers and I just want to say that Logan Roy built a great American family company. And as you know, the board will be convening in the next hours to decide on the leadership of the company going forward. And we lost a beloved father. Thank you.
And in terms of your roles at the company?
We intend to shepherd it through its whatever its future may be, but we'll be there.
Oh goodness. Oh, Shiv. I still hope you go through with the divorce. Please do not fall back until I understand she needs somewhere safe through such an awful time, but please cling to your siblings and not Tom.
Okay, so we're gonna go see him?
Do you want to?
I mean, he's not gonna get angry if we don't.
Oh. Oh goodness. words for this episode. What a masterpiece of an episode. Oh, goodness. And the music just... Ugh. My word. Best episode of the series. I never expected I would cry when Logan died. Granted, I never really cried for Logan. It was more so for the children that got me. Shiv got... It was Shiv and then Connor. Those were the two that really just... What? I have no words for how incredible this episode was. The acting was phenomenal. What an unexpected emotional pull. I never thought I would cry in the episode that Logan died. How's that for irony, considering I've been championing for this man's death since season 1, and I got it and I bawled during the episode. How about that? Oh, what an episode. What an incredible episode. What a performance by everyone involved. Sarah Snook, Jeremy Strong, Alan Ruck, Kieran Culkin, just beautiful performances. Tear-worthy performances. Every child's reaction to Logan's passing felt so true to the characters that the show has laid from episode 1 all the way through. Everyone's reaction felt pure and honest to the character. And I must say, this is before I get into every child, every one of his kids. Carrie, the character of Carrie, I don't know who plays her, but during the episode, I liked the fact that the writers painted out a different reaction of shock. The smiling, the giggling, the tears, just being on edge. I loved her performance, how it was like she didn't even notice she was smiling. Sometimes when I watch back reactions, I don't even notice that I'm doing certain things with my face. Not because I'm in shock or just see some, you don't even know, like her actress, I don't know how to put it other than she gave an honest performance of shock. I don't even think the character registered that she was smiling. Brilliant actress. Such a small role, but things like that help. It aids in the immersion process of getting wrapped up in a TV show, where even the smallest of characters who are on the peripheral or supporting characters or just stand-ins, when they are that great, that good, it doesn't break the immersion. Sometimes you have like background characters who come in, not into this show, but like in different shows, and their level of acting just isn't up to par to the ones around them, and sometimes it can break the immersion. The actress who played Carrie, I tip my hat off to you, because to me, I feel like she had probably one of the most understated responsibilities in making sure the immersion wasn't broken, and she did that beautifully. So whoever you are, I don't know your name, I will look up your name after this and I will know your name, but I tip my hat off to playing shock that doesn't, or grief or shock that just doesn't look the way it normally does, the way you expect it to. And another person who probably kind of had an unexpected reaction to Logan's passing was Connor. I feel like Connor going through the wedding and everything he said in his conversation with Willa, his initial reaction when Logan was told, and then when he went into the room and he started crying, I felt like everything Connor did from the moment he heard his father was dead or could be dead was true to the character from season 1, episode 1, all the way up to it. I feel like every interaction we had with Connor built to that reaction. I feel like every interaction, every scene we've had with every main character was paid off in the reaction to Logan, because that has been the foundation of this show, everyone's relationship to Logan Roy. And so when he's ripped out of the world, some suddenly, certainly, uncertainly, I can't go into how great the writing and the acting was in this episode. I love that scene that Connor had with Willa, where he gets honest. Like, to me, I feel like this, in the weirdest of ways, and don't mistake me, but pardon me, in the last reaction I said that when it comes to marriage, when it comes to partnerships, I feel like no matter who you are in life, you can be categorically an awful person, I will still feel like your partnership, your marriage should be a place of safety, it should be a place of honesty, it should be a place of growth. This might sound strange, but I do believe that there is a good form of settling in a marriage and a bad form of settling in a marriage. And I actually believe that Connor and Willa, that conversation they had throughout this entire series, I never really took the Connor-Willa relationship seriously. I never thought too much about it. It was kind of just there in like whatever, but strangely enough, it's on their wedding episode that I felt like I finally connected, not just to Willa and Connor separately, but as a relationship, as a marriage, as a partnership. This was the first time I actually connected to it, because Willa looking him in the eye and saying, well, him first asking, are you with me just for the money? And then Willa being honest. His money, and I completely understand that, like, in life, nothing is certain, nothing is guaranteed, not your wealth, not your health, not your life, nothing is guaranteed. And so when you make these little actions, these choices that help buttress that fear, and I feel like Willa looking him in the eye and feeling safe enough with Connor to say, your money provides a security and a safety. I believe she was an escort. And so her looking in the eye and saying, my decision to marry you, essentially saying my decision to marry you is not without factoring in the money, the money, not necessarily his money and how she can take advantage of the money, but it's more so the security and the safety of not having to worry and work like a dog to get by in a world that just destroys the working class, in a country that just has ravaged the working class and has left it utterly broken. I don't fault Willa. I connected to Willa and Connor in that relationship for the first time in the show. When she looked in the eye and essentially said, I'm happy with you, I feel safe in this relationship. It's a security blanket. His wealth is a security blanket, but it's not like he doesn't make her happy. And Connor is able to look her in the eye and accept that. Now, there's still several episodes left of the show, so this can completely go left. You're left. But for now, I liked that conversation. Connor's reaction, he didn't even like me. And he's like, I don't even know why I would say that. It's like, no, I completely understand why he said that. And I feel like Connor, even Connor was an afterthought, and I would say it's not with malicious intent, because there's just so much going on in that moment of getting the phone call. They're doing chest compressions, you have everything racing, and then Tom is the one who's like, let's get Shiv, or maybe Kendall said Shiv and then Tom said Shiv, but they did remember Shiv. But it's like no one remembered Connor until the door swung and they heard his voice and saw him. It's like, oh, Connor. That breaks my heart, that not even in that moment no one could like spare a passing thought to Connor until it was not all said and done. But it just really even in those moments, the show does remind you of the divide between the siblings. And I will say, I do like that Connor didn't like, not that I didn't like, or how can I put it, that Connor is still sort of the most immature and yet the most mature one at the same time. Like, it's weird. Like, I feel like he settles into a weird space of, he didn't belabor it like how Shiv, not necessarily Shiv, how can I put it? He didn't ask the questions that, given the situation that they were in, would be seemingly not as important. Like, how can I put it? Shiv asked, like, why didn't you come get me? Like, she wanted to know the timeline. Those little peripheral details that don't really aid in the moment. If anything, it serves as a distraction. It just puts more stress into the situation. And then you have Connor, who was informed long after Shiv, doesn't even ask, you know, how long have you known? Why didn't you all get me? Da 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 da. He doesn't even ask those questions. It's just like, you can see the difference in the siblings, where Connor doesn't even register to ask that. So it's like, I like how the writers, even in moments like this, don't forget the dynamic of the siblings, their personalities. It all feels so true. Roman's reaction to all of this. Roman, from the beginning of the episode, when he's told he has to fire Jerry, it's like I'm there thinking he's having like a come to moment of his father's treatment of him. Like, he's also like realizing that his dad is so shitty to him, and I'm there thinking, I don't even expect. At first, you know, when they got that call that Logan was in a health crisis, I thought Tom might have been lying in order to manipulate Shiv to pick up the phone, because he was calling her like twice and she was ignoring him. So I thought Tom was being like an ass or something. And like, I don't know, I just didn't think it was real because we didn't see it. We didn't really focus much on Logan Roy in this. And now I think that was a brilliant choice when you think about it. We didn't see anything that happened. We barely saw Logan in this episode other than his last conversation with Roman. I mean, and I like that. I like that it wasn't this big celebratory thing, because it never really is. For some it is. Like, when my dad passed, his anniversary of his death is coming up on the 22nd of January, but I mean, it was around the holiday time. Like, he had lung cancer. He had to have like a lobectomy, partial and then a full, and then I think he was stage 3 or stage 4 when he found out. It was bad, and I was 4 years old, I think, when he was diagnosed, and he passed when I was 7. But if I recall correctly, it was during the holidays. He had a nasty cough, and it just got worse and worse. And then around New Year's, my mom said, forget it, everyone pack up, we're taking your dad to the hospital. And we went. Strangely enough, he died in the hospital I was born in. Funny for that. And my sister now works in that hospital that he died in, so, you know, poor thing, having to go to that hospital every day. Also morbid. But yes, he took him to that hospital, and he stayed, and I think we all knew. I didn't. I was too young to know, but I think everyone kind of knew. There are just certain things that it's not like celebratory. It's you don't get time to know it's coming. You're just going about your life, and then you don't even realize that was your final conversation. So it's like, I like that the show didn't focus much on Logan. They didn't like, and in his conversation with Roman, they didn't like belabor it. They didn't make it seem ominous. It was just a casual conversation that made you feel like this was going to be followed up. Like when Roman has the conversation with Jerry and he's near tears and he's having to do this, and he realizes, you know, what is my father's intent here? And he's picking up the phone, he's leaving the message, and then him wondering about the message, whether his father heard that message. It's just, you think there's going to be more time on the other end, and then there's not. And you definitely got that from Roman. Like, listen, I was on Roman's side for like a good portion of the episode, where it's like, until they call time of death, he's still technically still alive. Like, I don't blame him for saying, like, we don't know. I'd be the same way too. Like, you know, if God forbid, knock on wood, nothing like this ever happens, but if someone called and said, something happened to a loved one of mine. I'm not believing it until I'm there, until I have actual professionals with my loved one and they're the ones who are making decisions. And I get that, like, pump the brakes, slow the roll, you know, like I understand where Roman was coming from. I understand where all of the kids were coming from. I'm also pretty proud of Kendall and how he handled this, saying the decisions we make here on in, if we keep that plane buzzing until, you know, this will play out some way, somehow. I think it's because he had experience in episode 2 having to deal with all of this. So I feel like I walk away feeling a bit proud of how Kendall handled the situation, because he had experience. It's because he's been here before. Granted, he was clean then, right? He was clean then. I don't think he went back to the drugs until the vote of no confidence went wrong, right? I think that's when he spiraled. But either way, I think Kendall kept his head about him for the most part. But Sarah Snook, her tears, when she started crying, I lost it. And then when Alan Rook, during that second time, like when they went into a different room and he started tearing up, I started tearing up again. Just, they brought it, man. It got me. Their tears got me. Holy shit. Where does the show go from here? Let me say this now. If this leads to some kind of reconciliation between Shiv and Tom, I'm going to be so disappointed in Shiv. I need Shiv to walk away. Do not let this be an in for Tom. Like, I would rather her turn to Kendall or Roman or Connor, not Tom. I don't want her to go back to Tom. I feel like the second Tom started to block divorce lawyers or jam them up or whatever BS he was pulling, the Logan handbook BS, divorce, grounds of divorce, like, keep going. Like, the fact that you did that he did that, just no. So I think going forward, my hope, I have 2 hopes actually, 3 hopes. Number one hope, Tom and Shiv do not get back together. Shiv needs to go full forward with a divorce. Secondly, I hope Kendall does not spiral. Thirdly, I hope the kids, well, I should say Kendall and Roman do not spiral. And thirdly, and probably the want that is probably on par with Tom and Shiv, that the kids stay united. I hope that there isn't any infighting over CEO or the company. I want them to be as united as they are now. And somehow, some way, I feel like it's not going to happen. I feel like these kids are going to tear each other apart, and I don't want that. I pray they remain as close as they are now, and that includes Connor. I hope Connor, Shiv, Roman, Ken, they're all like this going forward and they heal. But you know, this is episode 3. I'm hoping for too much, aren't I? Anyways, this was the best episode thus far. I'm actually going to get into episode 4, try to get 5 and 6 done too. It's 1 o'clock, maybe I can swing it. Anyways, I'm gonna end it here and say thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate the support always, and I appreciate your patience so much. And I will see you all for the next episode. Take care, everyone.